Yeah, we'll start with the Pacific. It is a week from the beginning of the Eastern Pacific hurricane season because just Mother Nature brings things together in the Eastern Pacific before they come together in the Atlantic to really start things going. So that's why it starts a couple weeks earlier. And this is what we have out there now in terms of water temperature. Take a look here at how warm the water is off Mexico. Big pool of warm water here. And if we look down to the south here, we notice this is a kind of a weird setup. It's super warm up here, and then compared to normal. Now we're looking, this is all in reference to normal. And then down here, it's a little bit cooler. So, all right, let's break that down a little bit here. Let's zoom in. First of all, what does this mean to have this warm water here, this extra warm water here? Well, that's extra energy in the water. So what does that generally mean for hurricane season? It generally means we get more moisture, more humidity into the Pacific Southwest, including California. Very often we get heavier rains there, that kind of thing. And yes, could you get some kind of dying tropical system into California? Yes, you can when the water is this warm. It's also, by the way, the time to go in the ocean in Southern California because it will be significantly warmer than normal. Not yet. For Mexico, it's a little bit of a mixed story, and we'll talk more about that in a second. And Hawaii also we're going to watch for because storms will have more energy that move from the south. But this, remember, is the difference from the average water temperature. If we actually just look at the water temperature right now, you see it's still plenty cool up here. We're not getting any kind of tropical anything up toward the southwestern U.S. at this point. It's just the fact that it is warming much faster than normal and is warmer than normal. But down here, it's super warm, and this is where the tropical systems will develop this time of year. By Hawaii, it's quasi-cool, but notice this to the south, the water is quite warm. So again, watching in the Central Pacific here for this year. Now, none of that has anything to do with El Nino or La Nina. The El Nino-La Nina thing is a separate deal, and it's in the area well south of Hawaii in this box here. So what science has told us over the years is when the water in this box is above normal, then that's called an El Nino if it's significantly above normal, and that changes the weather patterns around the world. Just like if it's extra cool, the La Nina, that changes the weather patterns. So just research has shown that this is the box we look in. Right now, it's a little above normal. It's warming, and it's on the trajectory to be a significant El Nino is what it looks like right now. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on. As a matter of fact, there is a forecast here, a couple of forecasts out, and this is for a good part of hurricane season, September to November. So September and October, obviously busy parts of hurricane season. And there it is. Look at that very warm tongue in that box. So that box is right in here. So the forecasts are for significantly warmer than average. This kind of colloquial term we're using these days, super El Nino, is very, very much warmer than average. And here you can see, just use your eyesight here and draw a line across this 2 Celsius line there, and you'll see that the forecast, which take it to be this yellow line, it takes it to just about there. So that's what we're calling super El Nino. The government, the National Weather Service and NOAA don't use that term, but we all use that term. So anyway, that's what we're calling it. They call it extra strong El Nino, or very strong El Nino. Very strong is their technical term. But in any case, forecast takes it up into that area this winter, probably a little below that for the hurricane season. But still, when the El Nino kicks in, that tends to squash hurricane activity from about Mexico on east, across the Caribbean, across the Gulf, into the Atlantic. So that tends to keep hurricane activity tamer on the Atlantic side, of course, busy on the Pacific side because of all that extra warm water. So we'll see how all that works out. What's going on here and how all this happens is this is the way it generally is. If we slice the Pacific Ocean right along the equator, this is what it looks like. Here's South America over here, here's Asia over here, and then here's the ocean. And typically, the winds blow at the surface from east to west, just like they do in the Atlantic. Because of the way the Earth spins, that's the way the winds blow across the ocean. Well, what does that normally do? That normally takes all the warm water that the sun heats and pushes it over to the western side of the Pacific. normally that's what happens. But if these winds lighten up and are not so strong, or occasionally kind of reverse and blow that way, what happens is this thermocline, it's called, is the line between the super cold water and the warm water tilts, and you get more warm water on this side of the Pacific, and that's what causes the El Nino. So it's really driven by the wind, and it's in some sense the water sloshing back and the wind letting up. I mean, the whole system is related, but that's what's happening, and that's what seems to be underway right now. All right, let's look at the Western Pacific, because not that the storm is interesting. The storm is called hagupit. That's a Filipino word, by the way. It means kind of lash out, like that, but not much of a storm. It's a 45-mile-an-hour tropical storm. Here's the cone on it. Again, nothing really of excitement there, but I did want to show you what we're going to have this year, and that is we're going to have a confidence 90% confidence kind of cone-ish thing from Google on top of the regular cone. Remember, the regular cone is a 67% chance, or 2/3 chance it stays inside that cone. This is a 90% chance. So just to introduce you to one of the things coming from the Google DeepMind folks this year that will have part of our hurricane set of tools. And here around the U.S., around Florida and the Gulf and all, water is warmer than normal, but not crazy warmer than normal, not as warm as it has been the last several years. Guys?
Which we appreciate, especially when we look at it through that 2023 lens, because that was the last time we had El Nino. Brian, just to focus a little bit on it, we're going to run a soundbite and then we'll talk about it on the other side of the break. We had Andy Hazelton on earlier this week. Andy's part of the Hurricane Research Division at the University of Miami. He was on to talk about all this buzz surrounding El Nino. Let's listen and we'll chat.
When you get a really strong El Nino like this, it kind of does tend to sort of drive the entire global circulation, kind of drive the bus, so to speak. And, you typically do get increased wind shear and a quieter hurricane season. Typically, the Caribbean and Gulf are kind of more quiet, but, you can still get stuff off the East Coast and in these pockets of favorable conditions. They just tend to be smaller pockets. You probably won't get a 2024 with, 4 or 5 big hurricanes in the Gulf, but you could still certainly get something if the conditions line up for a week or so.
So as he was answering that question, I think it was Ian Oliver who posed it. He said, do you think with the term super El Nino now in the headlines, is it a bit overkill, or do you think the highlighting of this, especially when we consider the Atlantic storm suppression within El Nino season, do you think it's fair to talk about the super El Nino like we have been?
Yeah, as long as we follow that with all the reminders that there have been a lot of slow hurricane seasons in the past that have had just this small gap of time when things were very favorable and we had an incredible hurricane. Hurricane Andrew is a prime example, but also Hurricane Alicia, 1983 in Houston. There were only a handful of storms the entire year, but one of them was a Category 3 hurricane that went into the Texas coast. So just because overall the pattern is not conducive for a lot of storms doesn't mean that you can't have storms develop. The ocean and the Gulf and the Caribbean are always plenty warm if the weather pattern happens to come along for just a week, like it did with Hurricane Andrew, to be somewhat just premium for development of an extreme storm. It happens over in just a short period of time. So anyway, that's what Andy was talking about. He's absolutely right that can happen even if overall the pattern suppresses general hurricane development.
So many facets to the forecasting. And Brian, you mentioned that new tool, the 90% confidence cone. What are your thoughts on that? Are there any other tools as well that we'll be using this season?
Yeah, from Google, we're going to get a lot of data this year. And of course, the Google DeepMind model was spectacularly successful last year right out of the box. And there's lots more coming from them this year. So that was just to introduce you to the fact that we are going to have this idea of a 90% cone-ish kind of thing. And it's going to be dynamic. Sometimes it's going to be wide. Sometimes it's going to be narrow, depending on the weather pattern and exactly what's going on in the atmosphere. So, we're going to work with that and with the National Hurricane Center cone. Always we follow the National Hurricane Center. But this is a transition period. And I think over the years ahead, I'm talking about maybe 1 or 2 years ahead, the National Hurricane Center is going to depend more on these AI models because we get them faster, we get them more often, we get them with more clarity, many more sort of a finer forecast. So this is all going to be part of the discussion from the Hurricane Center and from us here on Fox Weather this hurricane season.
Looking forward to it.
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, thank you so much. Great to have you on the show. Great to see you, and always good to hear all of your insight. That's Fox Weather Hurricane Specialist Brian Norcross.